Today we will learn about the muscles of anterior compartment of the arm, and these muscles are three in number. Number one is bicep, then brachialis, then coracobrachialis. So here we go. This is bicep muscle. Bicep. Bi means two and sep means heads. Bi means two and sep means heads. Here you can see this is short head, this is long head of bicep, and there they form the fusiform belly of bicep muscle. So short head arises from the coracoid process. This is coracoid process, and short head arises from the coracoid process, whereas this long head tendon, it originates from the supraglenoid tubercle. Here we can see supraglenoid tubercle of the humerus, and then this tendon passes above the shoulder joint and passes from the between the two tubercles, which are called bicipital groove of humerus or bicipital sulcus. Then these two heads, they unite together to form a fusiform belly of a muscle. So fusiform belly of a muscle, and this muscle, it gets inserted into the radial tuberosity. Here we can see radial tuberosity, and then another part which is called epineurosis, and this epineurosis, it merges with the deep fascia of the forearm. So again, its origin from coracoid process, from long head from the supraglenoid tubercle. These two heads, they unite together and gets inserted into the radial tuberosity and in the form of bicipital aponeurosis into and inserted into the deep fascia of the forearm. This bicipital aponeurosis is nothing else but rather it is a flat tendon. Usually tendon is rounded in shape. Whenever it gets flat, it is called aponeurosis. That's the difference. So here we can see this muscle, it actually passes in front of three joints. Number one is shoulder joint. Number two is, here we can see the elbow joint, and it also passes in front of the superior radio-ulnar joint. Here we can see the radio-ulnar joint between the radius and the ulna. So actually I call this muscle, its name is bi, but action is tri. Its name is bi, but action is tri. So what does this sentence mean? It means that this muscle passes in front of the shoulder joint, so it produces flexion of the shoulder joint. It passes in front of the elbow joint, so it produces the flexion of the forearm. And number three, this muscle, it passes in front of the superior radio-ulnar joint. So this muscle also produces action on the superior radio-ulnar joint, which is supination. So wherever there is a 90-degree angle between the arm and forearm, means if arm is flexed. So if arm is flexed, this bicep muscle, it becomes the strong supinator. So it has got three actions on the shoulder joint, on the elbow joint, and on the superior radio-ulnar joint. On shoulder joint, it causes flexion of an arm. On and this joint, elbow joint, it produces a flexion of forearm, and on superior radio-ulnar joint, it produces supination when forearm is flexed. So other muscle is brachialis. Here we can see this is brachialis. This muscle is brachialis. So brachialis, just focus the name brachialis. So this muscle, this muscle is called brachialis. Here we can see brachialis. It originates from the lower part of the humerus, from its lower distal two-third of the humerus, from its anterior border, here from its lateral border, from its medial border, from its anterior medial surface, from its anterior lateral surface, and it gets inserted into the ulnar tuberosity. Here you can see the ulnar tuberosity. So this muscle, it passes in front of the elbow joint. So it is a strong flexor or prime mover, and it produces the flexion of a forearm. So another muscle here we can see is coracobrachialis. Coracobrachialis muscle. This muscle is coracobrachialis. So I call this coracoid process a short process. I call this coracoid process a short process. I add adjective short to the word coracoid. So why I call it this muscle a short process? Because coracoid process here, a short head of bicep is inserted, and another muscle which is pect minor, which is a counterpart of a pect major, not the major one, rather minor one, it gets attached here. So just by adding a short process, we can remember two muscles. One is short head of bicep and other is pect minor. So third muscle is coracobrachialis. Just concentrate on the name or focus on the name coracobrachialis. This word itself is compound word which is comprised of two words. Coraco means from coracoid and brachialis means from the arm, and humerus from medial border of the humerus. So this muscle is short muscle, very small muscle, and this is supplied by this is coracobrachialis muscle, and it is supplied by musculocutaneous nerve. So musculocutaneous nerve has got very important relationship with this muscle. Actually, musculocutaneous nerve actually pierces the muscle fibers of this muscle and supply coracobrachialis, brachialis, and bicep muscle. Thank you very much.